Welcome, curious minds, to another episode of Mystery Connections, where we delve deep into the world's most intriguing enigmas. Today, we are going to explore a mystery that has baffled experts and laymen alike. A mystery that resonates in the very air we breathe. We're going to take you on a journey to Jodhpur, India, where an inexplicable event took place. Imagine going about your day when suddenly, the very air around you vibrates with a thunderous noise. What would you do? How would you react? And most importantly, wouldn't you want to know what caused it? Stay tuned as we unfold the enigma of the Jodhpur Sonic Boom, a sound so powerful it echoed through the city, causing panic and confusion, yet without a discernible source. No aircraft, no explosions, no logical explanations, just a sonic boom out of nowhere. As we dive into this fascinating mystery, we invite you to join us on this journey of discovery. Together, let's connect the dots and unravel the mystery behind the boom. So, dear viewers, fasten your seatbelts, hold on to your curiosity, and let's get started. Have you ever heard of the Jodhpur Sonic Boom? Let's journey back to December 18th, 2012, a day forever etched in the minds of the people of Jodhpur, India. At precisely 11:25 in the morning, an audacious noise erupted in the sky, a sound so powerful that it echoed through the city, causing windows to shudder and hearts to race. This sound, eerily similar to a sonic boom, the noise produced when an object travels faster than the speed of sound, was unlike any sonic boom ever heard before. It was louder, more resounding, a sonic boom on steroids, if you will. The intensity of the sound wave was such that it sparked fear and confusion among the locals. But here's where the mystery deepens. No aircraft had flown over the city that day. No explosions, either man-made or natural, had taken place in the vicinity. The Indian Air Force went on record to state that the sound could not have been the result of any aircraft testing. They maintained that sonic booms, when induced, are always tested at least 60 kilometers away from populated areas. So then, what could have caused such a remarkable sound? This sudden and mysterious event left the people of Jodhpur and experts alike puzzled and seeking answers. In the wake of the boom, an investigation was promptly launched. The Indian Air Force quickly stepped in, attempting to quell the rising tide of panic and speculation. They firmly stated that this was not a sonic boom from any of their aircraft. They explained that sonic booms, the thunderous noise that follows when a plane outstrips the speed of sound, are always tested a minimum of 60 kilometers from areas populated with civilians. This is to ensure the safety and peace of the public. Yet this boom came from nowhere and shook the city of Jodhpur, well within a populated area. The Indian Air Force's statement introduced a puzzling paradox. If it wasn't a sonic boom from an aircraft, then what caused this deafening sound? This question hung in the air, as heavy and as insistent as the boom itself. The mystery deepened, the plot thickened, and the search for answers began in earnest. Scientists, researchers, and investigators pored over data, looking for a needle in the haystack. They analyzed weather patterns, checked for seismic activities, and even explored the possibility of astronomical events. Every stone was turned, every avenue explored, and yet, the source of the Jodhpur Sonic Boom remained elusive. The lack of explanation was not from a lack of trying. The best minds in the country, armed with modern technology and a wealth of knowledge, were stumped. The sound that had shaken the city of Jodhpur was unlike anything they had encountered before. It was louder, more profound, and far-reaching than any sonic boom should be. This was a puzzle that refused to be solved, a mystery that did not want to be unraveled. Despite their best efforts, authorities were unable to determine the cause of the Jodhpur Sonic Boom. The investigation had begun, but the answers remained as elusive as the source of the boom itself. But the search for answers, as we shall see, was far from over. Interestingly, Jodhpur wasn't the only place to experience these mysterious booms. As our investigation broadens, we find that this was not an isolated incident, but rather a global phenomenon. Reports began to trickle in from other corners of the world, each account echoing the same perplexing narrative of an inexplicable, deafening boom. Across the Atlantic, in the United States, citizens reported similar occurrences. The American Midwest, usually a quiet expanse of farmland and small towns, became a theater of perplexing sonic activity. The echoes of the booms rippled through the quiet countryside, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away in the United Kingdom, the story was much the same. The normally serene British countryside was disrupted by the same baffling, thunderous sounds. The booms, as in Jodhpur and the US, came without warning and without any visible source. The global reach of these puzzling sonic booms added another layer to this already complex enigma. The phenomenon was no longer confined to Jodhpur. It was a worldwide conundrum that called for a global investigation. It was as if the world had become a stage for an eerie symphony. The melody was the same, but the conductor remained unseen and unknown. What was causing these booms? Why were they being heard across the globe? These were the questions that began to haunt scientists and researchers alike. The scale of the phenomenon made it even more perplexing. It wasn't just a local puzzle to be solved, but a global mystery that needed unraveling. The scope of the phenomenon also raised several intriguing possibilities. Were these booms the result of a natural event, or was there something more to them? Theories began to form, each one more fascinating than the last. Yet none could definitively explain the phenomenon. These global occurrences further deepened the mystery, leaving scientists and researchers baffled. The world had become a sonic puzzle, and the solution was nowhere in sight. The mystery of the global booms, much like their source, remained elusive and out of reach. Adding to the mystery were the seismic readings taken during these booms. Now, what can seismic readings tell us? Typically, they offer a peek beneath the Earth's surface, recording the waves of energy produced by earthquakes or volcanic activity. These readings are invaluable to geologists, helping them understand the inner workings of our planet. But when geologists turned their attention to the seismic readings recorded during the sonic booms, they were left scratching their heads. These readings were unlike anything they had previously seen. This was not the signature of an earthquake or a volcanic eruption. It wasn't even the typical pattern seen with sonic booms caused by aircrafts breaking the sound barrier. Instead, the readings were peculiarly different, almost alien in nature. The energy waves were erratic, with a frequency and amplitude that defied conventional understanding. It was as if the Earth itself was responding to a force unknown to science. The seismic charts weren't just recording the tremors, they were painting a picture of a mystery that was far deeper and more complex than anyone had initially thought. The implications of these findings were profound. If this wasn't an earthquake, a volcanic eruption, or a sonic boom, then what was it? The unusual seismic readings added another layer of complexity to the investigation. They hinted at a phenomenon that was not just restricted to the skies above Jodhpur, but one that had its roots deep within the earth. And so, the mystery deepened. The seismic readings, which were supposed to provide answers, only raised more questions. They challenged our understanding of sonic booms and seismic events, pushing the boundaries of what we thought was possible. But most importantly, they reminded us that our planet still holds many secrets waiting to be discovered. They underscored the fact that despite all our scientific advancements, there are phenomena that continue to elude our understanding. These unprecedented seismic readings only made the source of these booms even more elusive. But isn't that the beauty of science? The more we learn, the more we realize how much there is left to discover. With no concrete explanation, numerous theories and speculations have emerged. Ranging from the plausible to the downright outlandish, these conjectures seek to fill the void left by the absence of a satisfactory explanation. Some have proposed that the Jodhpur Sonic Boom could have been caused by natural phenomena like meteorological events. A sudden and violent change in atmospheric pressure, for example, could potentially generate a sound similar to a sonic boom. However, this theory fails to account for the unique seismic readings recorded during the event, which were unlike anything ever observed before. Another theory, slightly more controversial, suggests that the boom might have been caused by a meteor entering the Earth's atmosphere. The intense heat generated by the meteor's rapid descent could have caused an explosion loud enough to create the sonic boom. But again, this theory doesn't explain the unusual seismic data. Then we have the more far-fetched theories, the ones that venture into the realm of science fiction. Some have suggested the possibility of extraterrestrial activity. Could the boom have been the result of an alien spacecraft breaking the sound barrier in our atmosphere? Or perhaps it was the sound of an advanced technology test gone awry, a secret experiment conducted by unknown entities. Others have looked towards the realm of the supernatural, suggesting that the boom might have been a manifestation of unknown cosmic forces, or even a divine intervention. These are, of course, purely speculative and lack any substantive evidence. And then there are those who believe that the boom might have been a deliberate act, a show of power by some clandestine organization, or even a warning from an unknown entity. These theories, while fascinating, also lack concrete proof. While these theories provide some intriguing possibilities, the truth behind the Jodhpur Sonic Boom remains a mystery to this day.